here is how I filter waste vegetable oil down to about 5 microns. All you need is a pair of pants like these jeans, and what you do is you sew the ends shut, and then you, of course, you cut it off to about here, and then you turn it inside out. Just fold it inside out and it becomes these filter socks. And so then in the lid here, the top lid, which is a loose lid, I cut with a figure saw, a metal saw, 2 circles about, this diameter. Put some kind of a metal piece that you can bend, just kind of a thick metal wire is I guess what it is, but just anything that's thick enough so you can sew the top of the jean filter sock around it. You just have to make sure that the ring is going to be bigger, is going to have a bigger diameter than the hole in the lid here, because these socks will go quite a ways into the bottom, and you'll be able to fill it up with about 5 gallons of waste oil. And so I'll show you how they hang into the barrel here. As you can see, they go quite a ways in. And then the other thing I've got in this barrel is a bucket heater, but you can use a band heater as well, like this one here. So the main purpose of that is to heat the barrel, to heat the oil at least to about 120 degrees, and then let it sit there for 8 hours or maybe 12 hours so that the water can sink to the bottom, the emulsified water, and that way you make sure that there's no water issues with your filtered oil. And so the jean filters work really well. They don't look really good after about 10 uses, but 10 batches would be like 500 gallons, so but they'll last easily 5-6 batches without slowing down. In the winter they'll slow down, but not in the summer. And then the barrel is just a barrel I got from the local recycling center. This one had caramel syrup in there at one time, and then I put a spigot here at the bottom. You don't have to, but once in a while it's nice to clean it up. So this just allows the bottom 5% to drain out. And then all I do is put some home insulation batting around the barrel so that it can sit overnight without getting too cold. And then around the batting I put some cardboard and just tie it down so it stays nice and snug. So that keeps it nice and hot, and then by morning I can pump it out. And this is just a regular hand pump, and it's got a 10 micron filter on it. As you can see, this is a goldenrod. I got this at R&R, just one of those farm stores. Typical fuel filter, 10 micron, and then I used some clear hose to connect these 3/4 inch hoses and clamps. It takes me about 60 turns to fill up a 5-gallon cubie, and this is a typical cubie right here that they use at most of the fryer places. And then once it's done, I transfer it over to this barrel, and this one has a regular pump, but I can also put it in cubies if I'm going on a trip. And so then I put these wheels underneath the barrel so that I can move the barrel around, roll it around.